Fresh off defending his belt, Ilia Topuria made a bold declaration. He promised to be the first to defeat Islam Makhachev by submission.
I will be the first one to submit him.
Any specific submission?
Now I heard some love from some idiots, but it's gonna happen.
However, with Makhachev potentially moving up in weight to chase another belt, Team Khabib is rumored to have a plan for Usman Nurmagomedov to take over the lightweight throne. He recently spoke about his plans, stating that he is waiting for the right moment to join the UFC. However, Topuria and Usman Nurmagomedov already have a history of conflict, which adds an extra layer of intrigue to a potential matchup between them. Meanwhile, Topuria's list of potential opponents continues to grow. Topuria's longtime rival, Paddy Pimblett, recently reacted to Topuria's knockout victory. Conor McGregor looms as a potential opponent, and even Dustin Poirier has expressed interest in facing Topuria. With so many possibilities on the horizon, the lightweight division could be set for an exciting shakeup. Without further ado, let's dive in. Ilia Topuria's recent string of stunning victories has left fans and analysts wondering what's next for the Georgian fighter. His determination to make history and leave a lasting legacy is clear as he eagerly aims for a double championship.
This is my goal. You're not gonna see him in the welterweight division like this, skinny. You're gonna see me different.
After defending his belt, Topuria made a crazy statement at a press conference regarding a potential matchup with Makhachev.
So someone could submit him. I will be the first one to submit him.
Any specific submission?
Now I heard some love from some idiots, but it's gonna happen.
Topuria's words are no longer mere bravado. The Georgian fighter has consistently backed up his statements with performances that defy expectations. His latest victory over Max Holloway, one of the most feared strikers in the UFC, showcased Topuria's unmatched versatility. Going against such a well-established knockout artist was no easy task. Yet, Topuria managed not only to hold his own, but to dominate, becoming the first to knock out Holloway. In that fight, he demonstrated his ability to adapt and excel in a variety of situations, highlighting his rapid evolution as a fighter.
What Topuria just did is he ended an era. Topuria has put a bow on that era. John Anik did it right to Daniel Cormier. So what Ilia Topuria has done for this division, the two greatest of all dominantly, he said that would be akin to Alex Pereira knocking out John Jones and knocking out Daniel Cormier in the same year. He would have clearly established and without question there is a new sheriff in town. That's what Topuria did.
For Topuria, facing Makhachev isn't just about adding another victory to his record. It's about achieving something legendary. If the UFC were to greenlight the fight, it would undoubtedly be one of the biggest in recent memory, with two belts on the line. However, the organization's perspective on the potential showdown remains unclear. UFC President Dana White has hinted that Makhachev may be allowed to move up a weight class if he successfully defends his current title. This means that if Islam emerges victorious in his fight with Arman Tsarukyan, he might have the opportunity to pursue a second title, leaving a vacant throne in his current division. If Makhachev does choose to pursue a second title, an intriguing dynamic could unfold. Khabib Nurmagomedov's cousin, Usman Nurmagomedov, has been waiting in the wings, eager to step into the UFC. Usman's arrival would provide an intriguing subplot, especially given the existing tension between him and Topuria. Their feud traces back to an incident when Topuria claimed he could defeat Makhachev in a street fight, prompting Usman to defend his friend and issue a warning to Topuria if Topuria continues to dominate his division and earn the victories he's promised. The UFC may have no choice but to grant him the opportunity he desires. Such a showdown would be one of the most significant tests for both Makhachev and Topuria, pitting two fighters at the peak of their careers against each other in a battle for supremacy.
Ilia versus Islam. God, I mean, Islam is quite a bit bigger, but I feel like Ilia's skill level is just so high. Obviously, so is Islam. So that could be a potential super fight here in a few years if those guys keep doing their things. But yeah, I mean, Ilia versus Volk, that's got to be next. But Ilia versus Islam would be crazy. I know Armin's got Islam next. That's, you know, but it's exciting. It makes the UFC that much more exciting. We got a young buck. I think he's like 27, 28 years old. Young buck, superstar in the making. Just knocked out, first person knock out Max Holloway. God, if I would have been out there and knocked out Merab, that would have made that fight that much more exciting and possible. Obviously, can't make that fight right now. I got to go out there and get my belt back, do what I got to do to get back. But, you know, that's a fight that still could be a possible, exciting, super fight in the future. But Ilia throws those punches with everything. Like 95% of his punches are to knock you the fuck out cold.
Topuria's longtime rival Paddy Pimblett recently reacted to Topuria's knockout victory.
Oh! Heavy. Hand sanitizer boy with the win. Heavy. Well done, Ilia. Give you as you got. 16-0. Hand sanitizer boy. Can't wait for him to come back up to lightweight. Still think I beat him. I really do. I still think I beat him, mad, whether he's just beat Max Holloway or not. I still think I beat him, mad, by kicking him on the feet or taking him down or submitting him. I genuinely think I beat him, but congrats, Ilia Topuria. Well done, son. Congratulations, lad. Obviously, hand sanitizer boy. Knocked Holloway out. Didn't see that coming, but give him his due. Good finish. Max was the better boxer, but Ilia's the better swinger, isn't he? And he ended up catching him with them big shots on the button. So congrats, fella. Can't wait for Val to come back and beat you up. And I'm willing to anytime.
Ilia mentioned wanting to get eventually during his career 3 belts. He defended one today. How realistic do you think that is, given what he has shown us and given the fact that he's only 28 years old?
Yeah, I like when guys absolutely wipe out a division and then you're like, what's next? He's already beat this guy. You know, if the Volkanovski fight happens, beat him twice, beat Max, he beat this guy, that guy, then you start looking at what's next.
Topuria's confidence, versatility, and relentless pursuit of greatness make him an ideal champion in the modern UFC landscape. He brings not only elite fighting skills but also charisma and flair. Reminiscent of Conor McGregor's early days like McGregor, Topuria knows how to sell a fight. Whether by hyping up his own abilities or by engaging in trash talk with his rivals, this willingness to take on the biggest challenges has won him respect. Topuria is now in a position where he has many different options. One of them is a potential fight with Conor after the UFC 308 main event hosted in Abu Dhabi. McGregor took to X and called for a fight in a now-deleted tweet. He said, "Call me," then added,
Yeah, Conor McGregor wrote, "Good little fighter, too small for anything substantial. He was getting chewed up."
I don't know what to say. I'm telling you, he's a fake. He fakes the comeback every time. He insults everyone in the UFC. He's like, I don't care about anyone. I don't respect anyone. Bro, you sick. You have some problems to fix in your mind, you know. You need to take some classes of respect to have to trade to the people, because you're gonna end up really, really bad. When you follow this kind of values in your life, you're gonna end up really bad. So ask to God to don't cross the paths with me, never ever, because I'm gonna you up whenever I'm gonna see you.
Even Dustin Poirier has offered to fight Ilia Topuria after UFC 308. Dustin, considering potential opponents for his next fight, expressed interest in facing either Max Holloway, whom he has fought twice before, or Topuria. "I want Max or Topuria," Dustin posted on his official X account, and at the end of the video, Robert Whittaker finally talks about his injury, mentioning that his teeth have always been vulnerable since childhood.
I'm alright, like it wasn't the jaws, the teeth got pushed in. I've always had the kind of like loose teeth, and they got looser.
Which moment did you actually broke your teeth? Can you remember?
Was it him squeezing or was it before?
No, it was the face crank. Like his forearm just went straight on the bottom tooth. I didn't have a moment to turn the head or anything. It was just like, it was just on. It was on. It is what it is.
What I mean is, like, is it just like an unfortunate moment, or is it just like?
I don't know. You know, like if I didn't have such vulnerable teeth, maybe I would have had another second to turn my head, or maybe not. You know what I mean? It's just I just got caught in a bad position, and the rest is history.
Happened.
Yeah, it's because the bottom teeth, they're vulnerable. It's my Achilles heel. You know what I mean? And I've had them pushed in before when I fought Drickus as well, and they've never really recovered. It was from an injury when I was young, but I don't know.
So
it's what it is.
So like, is there any like limitations right now? You cannot eat or anything?
I can eat. It's just probably don't bite into an apple.
Obviously, we got two absolute fan favourites, two fighter favourites. Max Holloway being one in the main event, and in the co-main, Rob Whittaker. Unfortunately, for me, this has hurt my soul a little bit because I absolutely love both of these guys, as do all the fighters, and as do 99% of the fans out there. So our guys lost tonight, unfortunately. But of course, we appreciate the winners. We appreciate Khamzat Chimaev. We appreciate Ilia Topuria as well.